it's hard to tell you because you just got to do this yourself. The sink's going to move around and cover this up here. Don't worry about that. So what you got to do is you got to take your tile here and sort of just keep fiddling with it. Remembering that tiles themselves are rather accurate, but they're not perfect. And that's why they make grout. Okay, and this I just had to kind of dream on. That was a fun cut right there, that around the corner cut. So there it is. And I'm not going to mess with that for an entire day. And boy, oh, the light works. The light's not sucked into this hellhole of Sean's cussing. It's just the light. And I haven't done the back. Let me do the backsplash. Just hang on. Okay, that's what I'm using to hold the tile down. And I'll take for that stuff to dry. I think it's a whole day. You just keep throwing these. Whenever you get one of these befouled with this stuff, throw it away. Don't get it in your dinner. Doesn't that look appetizing? Okay, so it doesn't. Well, I like it. So this is where I am, and whatever you do, take your steadying block and just go over this time and time again, because if you bump into it and don't notice it till the next morning, you're just in a not a good place. You're going to be just redoing things. All right, now I got that line straight here. Boom. I got a little bit of gaps there. That's why they make caulk. And so, fine. Oh, I see something I don't like there. There's a big gap. There you go. That's a little better. We can mitigate that problem. This stuff says 24 hours. I found it finally. So that's pretty good. And I'm talking no grout yet, nothing. And that's pretty good. So I won't be able to drop the sink down tonight, dadgummit. So I'm going to have to drink well water for coffee. I'll muddle through somehow. And as you can tell, this is a problem, but the sink's going to come very much far forward, and it'll cover this up. Whatever. I got to go turn the water off and everything. So you end up using whatever tools you need to do whatever you need to do. And there's a little bit of an issue there. Okay, just fix that. And put your screwdriver in that, and that's all you can do. Tile work is a very slow, deliberate process. I was really hoping to do more tonight, but I don't think I can. I might be able to put a couple of pieces here. Ooh, danger mouse. So if I put a couple of pieces here, I can drill in and do my water thing. So I might do that, and that'll be that. I don't want to turn the light on at night because every bug in the world will come in here. It's 8 o'clock. I gotta go in an hour or two. But I gotta tell you, I came around the corner and that just was so nice. And I'm kind of a low light kind of a guy. But the other thing that I cannot believe is as good as let me turn more light on. So there you go. And you always use your little screwdrivers and you fix things up. And let's see if I can fix that up a little bit. Keep coming back and checking, and just use little bits and stuff, and just try to make it as nice as you can. Watch this. You won't believe it. I was worried about this too. Look at that. So here's your V point. Okay, let me get you where we're going. And this is a real focal point. No, that can't be. Look at that. I'll take that. That's within a couple of millimeters. So if you do this, I was real worried that we would come out in some kind of odd way. That's pretty close. That's pretty good. See, like I said, it's just a couple of millimeters. I'll take that and keep taking this piece and run it along. See, I was so worried that would come out, you know, like here or there, you know. So that I will take all the live long day. Beautiful, beautiful to me. So, and I only run like, you know, 1 candle power around this place. So, I mean, you know, if you got that, see. And the thing is, you can see if it's clean. And when I you know, this can be dirty and I can't see it. But now I will be able to keep my place even cleaner. I'm a very clean fellow. It's the next morning. I got the shop vac out. I may have to do a little work on the floor there. I don't know. Got the jack side of here. I got the sink down. This is glued in. I almost forgot I was making a video here. Isn't that funny? So yeah, I got up and got right on it about an hour ago. So I hadn't been home very long, but can't sleep because I don't have any RO water, don't have ice making or nothing. But I got my little hole saw going here, and that thing works pretty doggone good. So gonna get a hole in that and get my RO system going. I'm looking forward to that. One of my main problems is that I have really no real way to get up in there and put the hardware where it should go. So I'm going to have to do that somehow. And I guess I'm going to have to go through right there. I guess there's no harm done if I can do that. I've already got a hole back there for some electrical stuff I was doing. So there's a hole way back in there. I don't know if you can see it. Don't matter if you can or not. Light going the wrong way would be helpful. So I got that going, but I got to get my hand up in there and get that nut that holds that base down. I got, you know, it's got to do that. I guess I could glue it, but that would be sort of like not good. So I'm just gonna have to get it. One of my big, I got that big Diablo hole saw. I'll get that, and if I can get my hand in there, I'll be okay. And the other thing is, I can finger it through that hole. You know how that goes. It's going fairly good. Let's see. I've got my tile drilled out there. This looks like something put on your desk, doesn't it? Isn't that pretty? So that's most of that's tile. Some of it's the laminate top, and then we're into the particle board there. And you know that because it's nothing like the smell of formaldehyde in the morning. I guess that's something I've used, I don't know, for 20 years, on and off. When you need it, you need it. I got my giant hole saw. I was able to retrieve the piece of material here that I'm going to glue back in this hole. It kind of creeps me out having this hole here. I need to wipe all those spider webs. But there's the hole there, and I don't know if you can see it, but I ran it. Let's see if I can see what you see. Yeah, I ran into a little bit of a bolstering thing, and that's one of the reasons you will find that this is so long right here on the base of this, because you will quickly learn that sometimes you run into things like that. So if I just want to get the under plumbing done and get my water turned back on. I want my water back on. I'm tired of drinking this nasty coffee right out of the well, but oh well. It's clearly different. It's okay, but it's clearly not RO water, that's for sure. I'm going to try to bring you along for this. So I'm that far along. I've got that drilled out thanks to that big step bit there, and it's in there pretty tight. So since I'm going through two things, let's use the softer light. I've got to go through and then put the, I don't know if that's it is magnetic, whoa. So I don't know if you can see it, but you got to put your washers and your nut right there. Measure the size of that nut before you get in there, because it's 9/16 and you don't want to be guessing. So I'm through this second hole here, and here is the clear line right here is what's the other end of that thing. See, you can see it moving. So let's get her into place. I kind of wanted y'all to see this happen, and there's what that is going to look like right there. Well, almost going to look like that. That's a little bigger than I thought, but I think I can. Yeah. What am I hitting? The question is, what am I hitting? And I think I'm just hitting the bottom. Yeah, I'm just hitting the bottom of that other piece of wood. So I'm going to pull that out. Let's see if I can get it to go, because the tighter the better. No, I'll have to see, it's big there, but since I used a step drill, there's one step down there that, what size is that? Half. Boy, I got 70 half-inch drill bits down there, I bet you. So, okay, that's just the way it's going to look. That's where we're going to be in just a second. I'm this far away from that going down in there, but I don't want it to be forced to be crooked, and that's what's happening. Just barely missed it, but I miss on things all the time. So at least I know where I can get a drill bit, I think. Yeah. Okay, I got this drill bit out here, so let's see if we're gonna go in here. I've got the hose going, everything where it needs to go. Yeah, baby. And I took the opportunity to clean that up some, so that's gonna be just nice right there. Okay. So now we're actually plumbing something unbelievable. Let's see, 9/16 wrench, 5/8. Okay. There we go, 9/16 wrench. Got her. Well, let's and you got to have these fittings here. I've got some back there. You run into these little nylon ferrule things. Oh, I dropped it down the drain. Oh, I'm just kidding. There's no drain there. I guess I'll find that later. I couldn't help but have a little fun. That was useless to me anyway. I can probably take it apart and get another ferrule. I think they cost a penny. All right, let's okay. All right, let's get this thing going and get it mounted properly, and then I can work on the actual. If I get the drains, the thing to do now, if you didn't know, is do this and your sprayer and stuff, and then do your drains, because that just makes this a whole lot easier to get to from up underneath there. There will be no camera angles under there. Plumbing is plumbing when it comes to that. So anyway, yeah, she's all set down. The jacks are out. I got a little caulking to do, and I'm just loving it. I got up this morning and looked out here, and it just was so much brighter, even with the shades down. Sun rises right over there. The horizon moves down, however you want to call it. Okay. All right. We have the RO system plumbed in right here. That T-fitting. We are getting ready to drop the main frame thing going in here, the main faucet, and it is don't put it in backwards, you know. Let's drop this thing in there. Okay, so that goes there. So I'll go down there, I'll put that in. Just put that right there to remind you. And then I've got both of those winged things going there. So you know which side's the front, and I'm gonna have to ask you to help me get that thing in there. And then it says mowing on it, and of course there's let's not trap that in there. So all right, so now we're gumping it. Now we got somewhere. Okay, I was able to use the piece I cut out. See, it's a little smiley face. It says, "Thank you for putting me back." So that's just a nice little access hole. And of course, I will have to remind you to, after you get all your plumbing back in, just leave this open, and if you've got some moisture sensors, put them down there. I don't have any of those. I just kind of put my hand down there and use that as a moisture sensor. So let's get this plumbed in, and then I can, God, I'm one hairy guy. I am a hairy beast. You beast, you beast, you beast. Okay. And that'll be fine. Okay, so let's put the those things underneath there. And here they are right here. You got to do all this before you hook up the plumbing, of course. Those happen to be 15/16. And there's my 15/16 range. Okay, let's get under here and get on them. Yes, sir. That looks nice. Now, I'm not worried about caulking any of that. Well, you know, it's just not a big deal. It's easier to caulk it now, but just put it on your finger and you'll be fine. Well, let's see where we are here. My eyes are nice and clean because all the water from the lines fell right in my eyes. Keep everything dry down there so you'll know if it ever gets wet. So, I've learned to try to save those batteries. Okay, so we have this all plumbed in. Make sure they're off. I got the sprayer all in place. I got this all in place. And I am ready to fit the drains. I was wrong about this thing. The rubber gasket is for under the drain. So I did get a nice, always get a new one of these. Don't try to, you can save it for a while, but it just gets crumbly and weird. So you gotta put it around there, and then the rubber seal goes underneath the thing. And that makes good sense to me. And now that I looked at the instructions here, so if all else fails, like I like to say. So yeah, it says apply putty here, and then the rubber gasket, and then all that other stuff goes down there. Just leave your tailpiece stuff, this stuff on there, so you'll know where it is. That's what I do. Okay, let's get them in there like I said a minute ago. So this time we're going to do it right. So it takes quite a bit of this stuff, and you want to act like somebody here. You don't want to get sloppy at this point. You want the drains to be faced, you know, this way. You want it to look nice. I know the baskets will be in there, but it's like when I do, I try to get that in there straight as possible, and then you just sort of squish it on there. And you don't want to push too hard, okay? But you do want to see the putty coming out all the way around. And then there you go. See it coming out all the way around there? You don't have to hurry about getting that out. It doesn't harden really. And so there you go. And that's what that's going to look like. Let's get this up and under. Let's do one at a time. I think we'll be okay. And it takes more of this than you think. And whatever you scrape out of there, if you feel like you want to reuse it, you can. It's not a big deal. So there you go. We're getting there. And I need to take a screwdriver with me. I know. I'm listening to Musty One over there. I always like to have something in the background. It distracts me. I thought something had chipped my sink already. It says it's not supposed to chip, so I've got that on there firmly, and that's all you want. Oh, that ain't gonna do much for you, is it? That might do better. I got that on there firmly, and that's all you want to do. And you'll feel it happening. And then you come back up here, and you can more or less just peel this off. Still don't have to worry about getting it down the drain because you don't have your drains on there yet. So there you go. And you just take your time. Okay, and then you can reuse all of this, which I will do. Now wash your hands good before you get on this thing. So this will just, you just get that and you push it down with your finger and put that over there. It'll stick to itself. That is some weird material. Very ancient stuff though. See, look, that's all you need. That's all it takes right there. Okay. And then this is what that's gonna look like. This is the first time I've done that. Okay. All right. All right, well, I'm not gonna film the other one because this is good enough. I think I got enough light here now. Baby, she's coming together. Let's just hope. The drains, I'm hoping for like maybe 1/4 inch reductions and things, but we'll see in a minute. And this is a perfect time to get your garden hose and clean all the, out of the drains. You know what I'm talking about. So, going back to the getting spot, because drains are like that. Yes, they are. So what I'm gonna have to do is cut this pipe. So I got to get a thing for that, and then here's my measuring stick, and we will just see how big that is. And you think, this guy's crazy. What in the world is he thinking? Make sure we're on 0 there. Well, that's the way drains work. That's the way of the world. So it's 2 3/8. Now, okay, 2 3/8. And that'll be one of those things. So 2 3/8. Now take this with you to the stove, okay? And make sure it's going to work. Now the reason I got to do that is because I got to cock this thing around so it'll mesh up here. See, there's your problem, lady. And see, I've got plenty of extension there, but I just can't get to it. I can't get over there, and I ain't gonna be using one of them accordion things. So I need that, and I need a longer one of these, so I can reach over to the other side. And I'll have to move my tank thing, but that's okay. I don't mind moving my tank thing. I guess I could turn that on now, but I'm not going to, because I don't really need it. So just all you got to do here is just take this loose and just take this with you and just get one that's longer, and then I'll be able to reach the other side. Okay, there we go. From now on, when I do mopping, I'm not going to use the sink anymore. I'm going to get a bucket. Hey, I'll put that on my list. Bucket. Get myself a kitchen bucket. Kitchen bucket. I don't write too good with that hand. Okay. Alright, I think I've got everything I need to make this cock over this way, which will be this coupling right here. And I just got some new glue. That's just the best way to do it. Even the primer goes bad. But before you go moving that thing, and you got to remember that this has a little bit of thickness in there. I don't believe that's going to throw me very far. And then you put this in here. I've already cut it a little bit. I've already cut this little bit off right here. And it looks like it may still be... I know what the problem with that gasket is. Fouling me. Yeah, I know plumbing's not pretty, is it? But it makes things pretty in the long run, doesn't it? Okay, so now you can see I'm pretty level here. And I'm at the maximum throwdown of what I can do here. Is that all the way? I think that is going to be fine. And this takes up a little bit of slackiness too. Now you see how I've got a couple of millimeters before that, and that's going to be taken up by this inner ring over here. Okay, you with me on that? Okay, you got it. It's like chess. You got to think a couple of moves ahead. And so that looks very flat. It's very somewhat adjustable. And now we got to cut this pipe right here without cutting anything else, you hope. And because this, let's just put this up out of the way. Okay, you just got to make sure you got a nice clear path of destruction here. Just take your fingers and go back there, and we're going to lop it off right there. And then we'll be fitting this. I didn't You actually don't need, they say you don't, sandpaper. You do want to keep your blue cloth here and just make sure everything's clean. So, okay, now I'm going to just clean all this up later. Okay, so let's, There's the carnage after the pretty good cut, I feel like, in that thing. And then there's all that stuff. And just try to get those, let's see, where is, let me get my knife. Boy, be careful with that knife. Where's my big Linux tool? This is the way it goes. You don't want any of these. I'll show you. Oh, I didn't show you what I got. You'll see in a minute. See, I got one of these. I got an extension for that thing. I think I got about $9 and all this stuff. But that's not the key. The key is, there you go. That's why I got that thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip that on there. Okay, and I'll show you the whole deal here in a second. Let me get this cut here and get all these little burrs off if you can. And I'll show you where we're going with this thing. Maybe you already know. But yeah, make sure you keep your line there in order. So now, and I'm going to glue that. You almost don't have to, but if I were you, I would, because it is waistline. And then this will go into here. And we're going to see if we're going to dry fit everything, see. Alright, and then we can actually go like that. It's okay with me. And then we've got that going for us. Okay. I guess I could actually just, well, let's try to do it like that. Now, I think I'm going to need to take a little bit more off of this thing, just to keep the stress, keep everything straight. Yep. Maybe it's not all the way down. Yeah, it's all the way down. So this is why you don't cut too much too quickly. So I got to take another little bit off of that part right there. The part that goes actually to the thing. Okay, here we going. So, oh, like you can't, no. So now, look at that, see? Ooh, look at that. Now we can get that going on there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use these new pieces here. Should I use the new pieces? I guess the other gaskets are old enough to. So let me change that. Hang on. So now I've got those in there. I've got everything almost ready to go. I've got this in here to checker. And just kind of leave everything loose. And that's why you go over everything 50 times. So now I've got this. It slides into there and goes in over there with the little rubber gaskets in there. Red rubber ball. You might know what Red Rubber Ball, that song, I think that was Paul Simon's first hit. Okay, so we got to make sure we cut the right thing. And so let me get a marker for that and slide that as far as possible. And then, okay. I don't know. Well, let's just, you got to have to kind of cut and fit. But look at that. See, we're coming together pretty nicely here. I'm happy with it. Alright, so I've cut, this pipe had some RO system and I had a breather pipe in there, so we're going to lose that. So I actually cut more off my old pipe than I did the new one. So as you can tell, I got my rubber gasket, and then, well, then you'll see that slides onto this. And that buys you a little real estate there. It gets you a couple inches. So when you come over here, you can sort of work that in and then work that in like that. and then Bob's your auntie. Okay, and then you'll kind of get this going, and we are more or less completed here with the dry fitting. I like those rubber gaskets, but those nylon ones never really let me down. And you got to remember when you're cutting this stuff that for some reason they put the mark down here. Here, I'll show you. See right there where they got that? So they ain't going to seal too good. Trying to get a seal around that and raised lettering there, so that one wasn't too smart. Okay, we are dry fit. And that looks pretty straight back there. So we're going to goop that up and then we'll be done. Now, I'll tell you what you would do at this point. At this point, I would wash your hands. So at this point, you want to get your nice Sharpie and you want to make a mark here on everything, all three pieces. Okay, and then you can go down here and you can do your initials. If you want to, you can date it. So when you put all this back together again, you won't be guessing. So that looks better than it looked when I started. Okay, I'm happy with all of this. Okay, so I guess that's, okay, don't have to worry about that anymore. Up there, okay. Okay, we'll just put that back there out of the way. So we're ready to prime and glue. I can't believe it. It didn't take so long neither. And I don't know, how long have I been at the drain part of this? Probably, aside from driving to get parts, probably a total of an hour, maybe, in work time. And that helped keep the mice out, this stuff here. Boy, I remember the days of the mice. Whew, it was bad in here. Alright, let's glue it up and I'll show you what it looks like. And then we'll, hey, I got to do something with this thing. I've been dreaming about what I'm going to do with this thing. It ain't going, I tell you where it ain't going. You know, while I have this off, I've always wondered if that goes all the way up. I'm going to put this drain line way up here high, and but I'm not sure what happens from here to here. Let's find out. I'll tell you what, you can just stick with me. Okay, and we can just see, you can use your P-trap to, well, maybe you can't. You don't have to remove every single little bit. I thought the P-trap would give us enough distance. And I am all together for having the pipes go all the way up in as far as you possibly can get them. That doesn't bother me in the very least. So now we can sort of just tighten this up and give it some rigidity. And let's go. Is that up far enough? If you got any questions about anything you're doing, don't wake up at 2 in the morning and hear squish under your feet. So I got plenty of distance there. Okay. Ooh, another thrilling YouTube video of stuff like that. But anyway, it's better to be with. Musty one can get away with it. I guess I can too. Okay, so we're going to pull. I thought we were going to pull it. I don't know. Let me just mess with it. I don't know how much more of this is in there. Maybe I can disconnect it there. And I don't like all these joints, but sometimes they do come in handy. See how much pipe is it? Ooh, I had a long way to go, didn't I? I never got that out. Okay, so now, as you can tell, I didn't really move anything here. So now we can take this out. I hope you can take it out. There you go. And now let's take a look up in there. Well, you don't want to see up in there. I'll just let you know. Yuck. Where were we? Yeah, this pipe is clear all the way up to there. There's nothing there. I didn't know how those little shunt valve things worked. So anyway, it's just a one-way valve, but I mean, I don't know how they make it work. So that's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight. We're about ready to turn the water on, gang. Now, I drilled a hole right here, as you can see. Now, I'm going to just, you know, I know there's a valve up there. So I'm going to just shove that in there like that. And that's about all I'm going to do. And then hopefully it'll just run down the wall. Now I think I got a big enough loop in this thing to where I'm not afraid of it going back up, okay? And I'll tie it. It's already kind of tied down. I'll tie it down another way. So that's my vent line for that. And that thing runs enough to where I just don't think it's a problem. Now hopefully I won't hear it anymore. And if I do, I'll just insulate this. I mean, you know, whatever it takes to do it. So let's, I'm going to wash up for sure. And then we're going to come back and turn everything on. And hopefully we won't, you know, have too much of a problem. Now I'm going to make sure everything's dry. There was a little bit of wetness there. Make sure everything's dry so when you check it later, you won't have any reason. If you find water, you'll know it's real. Well, not that it's not real water, but it's a real leak. I hate this fake water. Okay, from some large Asian continent. I'm sure they have fake water. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's a lot of valves in this because of all the plumbing that has taken place over the years. This actually turns on the ice maker. There's a valve there, and down there, and okay. Well, let's see what we got here. Oh, I hope you notice I cleaned up. Everything is turned on. I heard all the little whooshing noises, and then they stopped. That's what you're going for here. And here we go. What's today? The 20th of September, 2021. And you ready? All right. Let's just see. All right. That's the first time it's seen water. Okay, there's your hot water. There's your cold water burping out a little bit there, like it ought to. And we got the drains filled up, which will help us not have, see if sprayer works. Well, sprayer doesn't work. Well, there's no loss there, is there? Why isn't the sprayer working? It's the detent thing. It'll probably work when I spray me when I get on there. Okay, I don't care. Really don't care about that. But I do want it to work, but I don't really care too much about it not working right now. It's the diverter valve, I'm sure. It's probably just stuck. Okay, maybe if I want to really, oh, I heard it pop again. There it goes. I didn't do nothing. It just needs a little more pressure. It needed both valves on to pop it. Okay, now let's turn the RO on. Oop, ain't on. Oh, it's this valve right here. There we go. I had that valve off too, I forgot. There we go. And that's pretty good. I think that falls in there nicely. Let's get some more light here. Okay. And I want it to go off so I can hear it draining. Hopefully not hear it draining. I don't see any drips on anything. And like I say, if it doesn't seal, I got one of these. I can seal it up with that thing. So, okay, and so now, let's see how she catches water. These things are expensive enough, they ought to capture some water. Turn that on too. Just make sure they hold up here. see anything down there. That's what you're going for. Now I will tell you this too. I had to tighten those screws that go around the drains. You want to check these a couple of times. Those 3 screws around the drain right there, both of them, they turned about a quarter of a turn, easy. So you knew that it was. That's that thing going off right there. That's good. I can live with that. And I guess there's a P-trap under the house, but I don't know that. I think there is. And I think there would be. And I don't know what, I haven't been down there in a long time, thank God. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely the RO system doing its thing. Okay, well let me put all this up. I like that just far better. That's before it was pokey out at you. And then now it's not doing that so much. Okay, so let's put our tank back. I tell you what, I'm gonna leave the tank out for a while, just so I can just make sure that it stays dry under here. I guess I should remove this paperwork in case it does leak. It won't get wet. I gotta hook up my what's it thing, my UV light too, when I hook all my other electrical stuff up. So if you're wondering what that thing is, this is a 30-stage UV premium RO system. Not a sponsor. Yeah, I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it leaking in there, or purging itself, I should say. And I don't think that's going to bother me. Once you get the tank in there and everything else, you ought to be fine. Okay, well let's get up, and you can use that. This thing goes underneath the tank. I just used it, but it's got little feet under it down on the farm. Little feet. Okay. All right, that's oh, well, that didn't really hold water, did it? I guess maybe I didn't have it pushed down in there far enough. That one held water. Okay. I can still hear that flipping thing through the drains. But it's really about a third of what it was. And all you gotta do is just let those down, and it's perfectly quiet. Yeah, that's perfectly silent now. Okay, well let's the carnage is real. So I can get on tile work now. That'll be fun. Okay. Well, you know what this means. This means it's gonna be mighty stinky for a couple of days. Oh no, well, that's part of it. I just was mentioning down on the farm, wasn't I? They's all bawling about you down on the farm. Okay, let's go down there and check on that old hay shaker. Alright. Yo, hay shaker, lights, camera, action.
You
got
must be
that?
my good luck charm. As soon as I heard your little creepy footsteps out there in the gravel, bam, she broke loose.
Yeah, well, I'll be danged. So you did oh, you're using my fancy
oh yeah.
how do you like my fancy system? I'll have to show everybody what I mean by fancy system. Okay. Now Sean seems to feel that this song is about Mick Jagger. I haven't looked it up, but it don't really matter that deeply to me. I'm not gonna drop what I'm doing. Okay. Alright. No, easy, Tiger. What? What happened?
It's a long one.
So, that's what you got out of there?
Yeah.
Look at that. Whoa. I hope you like that system.
Yeah, it does. It works great.
Oh, I didn't know the threads were that far back.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, you say you got the hardware coming for it. You
We're gonna have to go get the hardware now.
Yeah, I know. You're done now with that, whatever that mess is.
Awesome.
Well, I got plumbing.
You got plumbing.
In and out of the house.
Nice.
So that took me, it wasn't too bad. It's about an hour's worth of work getting the drains
There
going.
you go.
So, you know, if you got the parts, it goes pretty quick.
Heck yeah.
So what happened to Sean here, he was, what did you call it, the motor trance or something? The grading trance, what do you call it, the grading?
Oh,
Grading, mesmerized by grading.
oh.
What do you call it?
Yeah,
I messed y'all up, didn't I?
yes, you did. You threw a bunch of words at me.
I
now
know,
got
I
to sort 'em
know.
out.
No, you gotta do it. Yeah. So he was grading what Friday or something, and he looked down, and luckily I had installed this water meter, and you were running what 230 or 260 or something.
The greater days.
The greater days.
Yeah.
And so he was running real bad there, and he found that the where is it? The alternator was dangling for his delight there. But sadly, that didn't throw the belt, but the belt was no longer driving the pump, water pump. But luckily, it didn't look like any real damage done. But it snapped off 3 bolts. Those bolts are nothing. That's just, don't worry about getting that tool out. Oh, you just want to.
Oh, I did get it out.
Oh, okay.
It's just, but you can see it bends a little bit.
That's okay. I mean,
but I got enough meat in there to get it out, so it'll still work.
It's not a I mean, I've had that thing 10 years. It's really.
It's a nice tool. It worked great.
Yeah, and I'll show everybody what it is.
For the detail stuff.
Yeah. I do some detail work now and then, and I don't know what that is. I don't want to know. Sometimes when you see something on the garage floor, just forget about it. Okay, so this is my snap-on screw extractor number 1020 screw extractor set, and it. Oh, you got that drill bit?
Yes.
Okay. What? Oh, you had trouble with it. Oh, did you mess up one of my chucks?
Yeah, you need to get it a walking chuck. Just cut that shit nut. All it does is just cause you to go into a cussing frenzy.
Not you.
Hurt your nickels.
Boy, it must be real bad to get you in a
It's
cut.
real bad. Check that out. Look at that cheap pot metal they make that thing out of. It won't turn, won't reach nothing. You got to angle the thing.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
twist it. So you need another one.
Okay, take that
I'll
with you.
pick you one up.
Pick me one up.
I'll get you one up, man.
Here, just leave that in there till then.
I can't. I won't be able to sleep at night knowing you're damn fighting with this thing like I was.
I just got that thing. I hadn't had that thing but a couple of days.
You must have not even used it one time.
I haven't tried even
Yeah,
once.
that's why. It's a.
Don't. Oh, you got it. Okay, good. I can put that back.
Now that one, I had to do here. This one too. Now I got this one from over there.
Okay,
This
yeah.
was good and sharp. I had to pre-drill it and then hit it with that. So
Okay, that's good. Yeah, just throw that back where you found it in the small drawer. So yeah, this kit comes with the appropriate drills, and I got some left-handed drill bits too. They're right there. I keep some left-handed drill bits, and I don't know what number that is. DBLS 105A. And then you put that in there like that. And then that's done. And I got some of these too, those little backwards looking things. So anyway, we got it out. That's what matters. That's the secondary thing. I don't know what he's going to do. I do know he'll cuss. So let's call him in. I want his reaction to all of this. Okay.
All right.
What do you think of that?
Pretty nice.
I gotta wait till tomorrow. I'm far from done, but I'm out of tile. I'm out of glue.
Yeah.
But there's my drain things.
Oh, you're all plumbed up and ready to go.
That sink's twice as big, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice. It's good.
So see, yeah.
Bright. You can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to tone those down.
You gonna do this too, this side, or just that side?
Oh yeah, I'm going all the way. I'm going in the bathroom. We're going in.
Going in. Nice.
Okay, so we're gonna have a little ceremony now.
Oh hell. Give me the champagne.
No,
I'll
oh
break it on
heck.
the valve.
Well, no, don't go down steps. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're going to. This is no good anymore. So pick up the other end. We're gonna toss it out there.
Right.
Okay, you know what that means?
No, was that?
We threw the kitchen sink at it.
Everything and the kitchen sink.
And we threw the kitchen sink.
That's it.
All right, there you go.
Easy does it.
Let's walk down there. You need to wash your hands again. All right, well, let's, yeah,
Everything in the kitchen sink.
yep. I'm gonna spray this one last time for the fall.
No, that's okay. I was just wondering. I'm like, wait a minute, that can't be like damn mold going through that thing.
No, it's not.
That's just where we left the windrow.
Yeah, just left a, yeah, I'm waiting on Branson.
Yeah.